started bodybuilding about 12 years ago. I got into it reason being, when I was young, I was quite a fat child, used to get teased a lot. Then I started looking at magazines, and then I see this blonde guy, and I just thought, what an amazing physique. And the main thing I loved about him was his legs. He had these beautiful, pleasing legs, and he was the famous Tom Platz. I followed him for a long time, didn't have the best upper body, but he just wowed people with the way he was as a person and the quad. So while everyone was in the gym training their chest and their arms, the typical parts that guys train, I was down the gym, blood, sweat and tears, banging away my legs and training my legs very hard, getting under the squat bars, getting up to some really heavy weights. The thing that I liked about Tom Platz when I was following him is that he's just come across a very intelligent guy, just a nice guy, not what we would call a musclehead, a guy that would intimidate you. He would have time if he'd see you in the street and you would compliment him. I know from seeing his previous videos that he would just talk to people and he wouldn't have the arrogance about him. So he's the one that really gave me my inspiration. He was my hero, and he was somebody that has got my legs where they are, got my physique where I am, because I wanted to keep that pleasing physique. Bodybuilding can become very over muscled, can make the body look, you know, unproportionate, and this is what I've obviously tried to keep, an aesthetically pleasing physique as well as doing bodybuilding. My first show was back when I first started training in the bodybuilding gym, and I arrived there thinking I was this big chap, but I was stripped of what I had and told to go on a strict diet to lose the weight, and then I see myself getting better and better, and then I was told, why don't you do your first show? And I thought, oh, it's not really for me, it's not what I want to do. Anyway, I went ahead with it. My first show, biggest buzz I've ever had, and I won my first show, went on to doing very well at the British, etc. But I just feel to be edged to do something that you never thought you'd do, and then you went out and took me totally out of my comfort zone. It was the biggest buzz, and they couldn't even get me off stage. I absolutely adored it, really enjoyed it. I feel that once I'd done my first show, it was just going to be a first show. But when I walked off that stage, I started planning my next show, and that's over 10 years ago. I've been competing, I've done over 30 competitions, I've been in top 6 in the country quite often, and now I still feel that I haven't achieved my goal that I really want. I'm still striving towards it, I'm still maturing towards it, and training my very utter hardness to get what I actually want. I feel that I've still got many years in me to carry on with what I do because I've got the bug. I think people say to me, when you're going to give it up? I'll give my training up, I'll give my bodybuilding up when I stop enjoying it. I love what I do, I'm passionate about what I do, and if I can portray that to any other people, I've done a good job. I feel with my journey with my bodybuilding that I've gone up and down, and I've hit brick walls, and I've had days where I've got up in the morning and become lazy and didn't want to train. I mean, I had it many years back where I went through this and I ended up putting on 6 odd stone. You know, I was a competitive bodybuilder, then I just got up one day and I thought, I can't do this, I can't do this. But what made me get back into it was I started getting health issues, and that was from not doing the weights and not doing the training, not keeping an eye on my food, going out having takeaways. The problem was people become very lazy, and we go out there and we want something that's easy, something we don't have to think about. A lot of people I find with bodybuilders and stuff like that, they just want it broke out from, they just want it done easy, the easy journey. It's not about that. You need to see how your body responds, how your body works. But I'm very passionate about staying in shape now, because I feel that my health point of view is also very, very important. You know, the typical things, commuting to work on my bike, keeping my fitness, MMA training, you know, I do that all involved with bodybuilding. Typically I find with a lot of bodybuilders, I see them backstage, we're going up on stage, they can't even breathe because they're so out of condition. I feel great, I feel fantastic. You know, I can move, I can function, my spine works well. And you know, I can touch my toes. How many bodybuilders can't? One of my most biggest inspirations is when I get up on a cold early morning, 4 o'clock in the morning, to go and do my cardio, walking. On a frosty morning and think I just don't want to do this. When I get back, how good I feel, how great I feel. Now I know that's just leading to me looking in the mirror and thinking, who is that? Now to be inspired by looking in the mirror and think to yourself, is that actually me? It can be achieved, and that is my inspiration. That's what drives me to think that I've become a guy that I've been so fat I didn't even want to look in the mirror. I hated myself. To become not so much loving yourself and arrogant, but feeling good about yourself, feeling confident but not in an arrogant way. I train the way I train because it makes me feel out of this world. I can't, say the words how I actually feel when I have to finish training, but I feel I'm on a buzz. I feel so alive in the way that I train, with the heavy lifting and the controlled movement that I use and the mannerism that I do my training. It makes you feel absolutely amazing. I love the intensity of my training. I love to be challenged by my training, and I just find it's very exciting. And I get butterflies when I train legs because I just get scared of what I might be doing and the weights that I'm going to be lifting. But the adrenaline buzz I get from it is unbelievable. I feel when you get in the gym, sometimes when you start lifting, it's like you're fighting with the weights because I think they're challenging you all the time, and you've got to get under and you've got to do more. And I feel that I train so I physically cannot do any more. I feel that I physically have to peel myself off the floor. Unless I do that, I don't feel I've had a workout. I really feel that I have to push myself to my limits, and my limits change every time I train. They just become stronger and stronger, and that makes me a stronger person. Tell you how I actually feel when I finish a leg workout and I can't walk up the stairs, or I can't do certain things that I want to do that day. It just makes me feel amazing. And I feel with the style of training that I do, or every person that goes in the gym, is the main thing that I really enjoy is the pump that we get, the feeling of the muscles like they're going to explode. Reason why I do bodybuilding is because of that feeling when you just feel that your body's changing in front of the mirror after a set of shoulder press or squats, and you see your legs start blowing up. Now I know you can all agree with me that feeling, you can't beat that feeling of that fullness in the muscle of what we're trying to achieve to explode the muscles. That's what people don't understand with what we do. Even leading up to a competition, when you're going through your real hard work, when you first start and you're dieting very hard and you've got long days and you're not enjoying your food, it's very bland and you just want something sweet, you just want a comfort eat. I feel when you first start it's very hard because you look in the mirror, you don't see a lot, but when it starts coming in, the journey becomes more exciting because yes, you're dieting hard, you're finding it harder every day, but the problem is you're changing your body, you're totally changing the way you look, And that is what's very addictive about what we do. You start seeing muscles coming out. And I feel as the journey goes on and it gets harder and harder, your energy levels drop, especially when we do carb depletion, is a feeling of you've had the flu, you've been in bed for 5 days, you get up, you feel so weak. That is something that we go through. But you know, a couple of days of doing that, we start carbing up, which you feel absolutely amazing. It's a very strange sport what we do. It's a very lonely sport what we do. And I feel that you need to be around people that do the sport for that backup, for that moral support, because people do not understand what we do. They don't understand what we go through, the pain of going through what we go. Now you need to understand, if someone says to you that you can't have this, you'll automatically want that. And that is the problem of telling yourself you're not going to have sugar, you're not going to have alcohol for 12 weeks, depending on how long you're dieting for a show. This is where I feel the commitment of a bodybuilder needs to be respected, because people think that it's easy. It's not. And I've done it many, many times. I do it because I love the feeling, I love the commitment, I love to put myself out there and challenge myself. It's not about you looking in the mirror for vanity, it's about you looking at an art piece. We are an art piece. We've sculptured a body into something that you never thought could be achieved. And this is the thing that makes bodybuilding so great, is you never know what's underneath that layer of body fat or water, whatever you're carrying. And that's what I love, getting up first thing in the morning, when you get up and you're dry and you're dehydrated and you see all the muscles, and it's so addictive to think, I don't need to eat this food, I can do it without, and get on that stage and look the best you've ever done and feel great. I feel that there's so much more that I can improve on. I've been through so many disappointments, but yeah, I'm still here, and I'm going to strive to push myself even more, because my passion is bodybuilding. I absolutely love what I do, and nothing's going to take that away. It makes me feel alive, so I'm going to just carry on developing my physique and maturing my physique, and like I say, the best is to come. Just want to say it to everyone out there, bodybuilding, athletes, whatever your form of training is, train hard, sleep well, eat intelligently, and mind how you grow.